Hi guys, welcome again to the channel. And today we are going to discuss what's really going on in the Dutch mainstream media and what kind of headline keep people growing. So as we all know, we're going to start with the conflict in Ukraine and a decision being made by the Trump administration regarding ending the war in Ukraine. Well, let's see what kind of hot topics are going on. Well, this morning just came in like now Zelensky seems to be angry. Now he's turning on President Donald Trump. Now what he's actually trying to say is, well, Donald Trump is now in like this kind of a bubble of Russian disinformation, and that Trump is now believing whatever comes out of the Kremlin, especially from Vladimir Putin. So it seems like the guy has lost control over everything at the moment. And as you can recall, actually Zelensky was supposed to be in Saudi Arabia today, but he canceled his trip. The reason for canceling the trip, nobody knows yet, but it doesn't seem to look very good. And even yesterday, Zelensky was in Turkey. He went to meet President Erdogan from Turkey. That's all a little bit of strange. Now it seems like Zelensky looked very desperate, and he's trying to look around for all kinds of help that he can get because he's not getting any relevant response from the European Union, especially the European leaders, and they all seems to be in their own bubble, and nobody seems to come out with this kind of solutions. And as you know, the European leaders said they want to get a table at the negotiation, but how can they achieve a place at the table? And at the meantime, Sergei Lavrov made a comment saying, like European of the European leader, they does not deserve any seat at the table. So it's getting very interesting every day, as most of you follow the news. But this is all about to talk about what's going on in the Dutch news. Well, this morning, 12:48 says, well, the Kremlin says there will be, or I think there'll be a meeting between President Donald Trump and Putin later this month. So we can be expecting like both leaders are going to meet each other. And where that may take place, we don't know yet. That could be in Russia or maybe in Saudi Arabia. But I think it will be taking place in Saudi Arabia. So this is going very fast under President Donald Trump. Whatever you like of him, I think his decision of trying to end the conflict in Ukraine is very reasonable. And as a normal human being who think about human life, you would think he's taking a right approach. Maybe he had been saying some things that is not in the favor of certain people in Europe, a certain government. But at the meantime, you have to be honest. He's trying all his best to end the conflict in Ukraine. Why the Biden administration, together with the European Union, they never wanted to end the conflict. It was all about Ukraine was winning this conflict. They were putting more money and weapons to Ukraine, knowing that the Ukrainian nation, the Ukrainian people had no chance of winning this conflict or to taking the Russian out of the whole occupied territory. What's in the article again, as you can see here, Frankrijk snapt logica van Trump. Well, the French government said they do not understand the Trump logic. Well, you can be the Trump doesn't really care. As you all know, Trump does not care what he says about him or think. He does what he want to do. So yeah, it's up to the French right now. As we can see here, the European Union are now coming together to come up with a new sanction against the Russian. Again, guy, the European are continuing this stupid policy. Sanction, sanction, sanction. They are not trying to open like a diplomatic way to see how they can talk with the Russian. But now they are taking this path of sanction. Now they cannot come back. And Donald Trump is playing the game of politics. Well, Russia is not American enemy, as he said, so he's doing business while the Europeans are basically creating more trouble for themselves. Again, let's see. Okay, not important in this one. Let's go back. I have another topic in the Dutch news where this morning this lady Faber, she's one of the minister about the immigration. She's supposed to come up with immigration law to prevent the illegal immigration in the Netherlands or to put stop to that. And the plan that she came up with, well, most people was not happy with it, and now it's a lot of chaos in the Netherlands, and most of the small cities, the mayor, they're not happy with her. So it's a lot of mess in Europe, I must say, even the Netherlands, this is just not going good politically and economically. Well, it's look okay, stable, but things are very expensive. And if you go to the grocery store, it's expensive. If you want to tank your car, it's also expensive. So things is not going looking that good in Europe. All the European government seems to be shaking. And if I go back to here, and you can see whether in Germany, the AFD is also taking a very strong position in the German election. So, guys, at the moment, EU is a mess. And what's going to happen in the coming future, we don't know yet. But, excuse me, but if the European leader does not pay good attention and try to come up with a good strategy, this is going to lead to the self destruction of Europe as a whole. Well, I live in Europe, so we can hope the best. We cannot hope the best for the European Union, of course. We can only hope the best. But if we don't have the right leadership, the right mindset and thinking towards these kind of geopolitics problem, this may lead to all kinds of unrest and trouble, and also maybe to the downgrade of the European Union. Well, we will see. I don't want to say a lot, of course. Well, the same on this website, they call it New.nl, and you can see a lot of Dutch news is going on. Well, what we just read is also about Zelensky, who is very angry, and now he responding to Donald Trump. And he said, Donald Trump, well, Donald Trump is now working for Vladimir Putin, and he's in Vladimir Putin propaganda information, whatever. So it seems that the guy looks desperate. Like actually, you all know, like anybody who says anything about this conflict in Ukraine from the beginning, you'll be called Mr. Putin lover, and you are spreading the Kremlin misinformation and propaganda. Now, Donald Trump taking a different position. Now he's be calling those names. So it tells you already this is just not going good with President Zelensky and Europe as a whole. Now, well, maybe I can share a bit how the Dutch people think about this situation, what's going on right now in Ukraine. I can read a little bit of comment. Well, I must tell you, like this whole website is like most of them is 80% pro Ukraine, pro war, and from the beginning they were all like Ukraine can win this war, the Russians are stupid, they're incompetent. Now everybody seems to be very silent. Now the narrative have changed to Donald Trump, of course. You know, he's easy target at the moment. So, guys, this is a little bit, and another website is called Our Day. And yeah, well, just they just put up all kinds of stuff out here. Well, this is about final last night, those who for the Champions League in Europe, and it was like unbelievable that it. Well, you gotta pay for the website. I'm not going to pay any money for it. That final kick out AC Milan to go to the next round of the Champions League. So, guys, thanks a lot for watching for today. And if you like what I do, leave a comment, any tip of tops to improve myself, and we shall see you again. Have a great day.